we're at a point now where it's basically time for us to stop playing games, stop messing around here, and actually implement a really good idea that is designed to make you and me some actual legitimate move the needle curse word money. And I'm going to get right to the point. I'm not going to tease this out. I need you to go with me for a second and understand my vision about what I've constructed. It's basically a service, but it's a very specific kind of service for a certain kind of person. And I'm telling you, if you're the right kind of person that fits the archetype of who I need to come into the fold and partnership with me so that we can do this together, I just see this as like an incredibly good opportunity for you and me. And trust me, it's not one of these things where I'm just trying to get you to just drift off somewhere and do something on your own. No, I'm saying like literally, I want you to get into my curse word Discord as soon as possible and reach out to me so that I can actually like get this stuff in motion to you, because I'm telling you right now, everything's in place, ready to go. Like I can literally execute this plan at the drop of a hat. And look, I was really hesitating to even jump on YouTube and say this, but I already know there's not even going to be that many people who jump on. I'm telling you, like everyone else is already tuned out of this video. So it's just you and me at this point, okay? Because you're crazy enough to sit here and listen to me. But I've identified what I consider to be a massive gap in the market, which is uncatered, totally ignored. I'm not saying there aren't people who have found solutions that do this for them, especially if you're a particularly big creator or you've got some massive agency operating everything for you. But there's a certain size of creator, and I'll just use an example here. It's let's just say TikTok, okay? Like you've probably been on TikTok, scrolling around. You're seeing live streams on TikTok, right? So there's lots of people on TikTok. They're doing their lives. They've got a healthy audience. Okay, I'm going to say anywhere between like 200 to a couple thousand live viewers at any given time. If they're too big, I don't really think this applies, but there's a certain size of creator who may have been doing this for years and years, has an online presence, an online brand, a personal brand, their own business ventures, maybe their own various media footprints in general, and they show up on TikTok and they do their live every day, okay? So I have a service. It's fully developed, ready to go. It's like, it's not something I'm building. Like it literally exists. I have all the infrastructure, the technology, the hardware, the experience, the knowledge, the actual proven results, knowing that this is a reliable turnkey system that can be applied to people. So here's the idea. So basically we need to go out into the world and identify the right kind of creator who shows up on TikTok all the time. You know, some people show up every day. Some people show up multiple times a day. But there's so much missed opportunity for these people because, you know, sometimes they'll have their TikTok, they'll have maybe like an Instagram, and that's like it, you know. Like people vibe with different platforms. So it's like, okay, I'm a TikToker, and then I also post on Instagram, right? Or maybe they'll have a YouTube, but you pull it up, and it's like, oh, the last video was like 6 months ago, and it's got like, you know, a handful of people who have seen some videos and subbed, but it's highly neglected. Okay, so basically, our service is designed to fill the gap, the massive opportunity in terms of exposure and reach between this live streamer and their YouTube presence. Okay, so you have TikTokers, they're pouring their life into this platform. They're some of them are streaming for 4 hours at a time, 6 hours at a time. They've got legitimate communities, bro. They've got people who love them. They have a whole life based on the fact that they show up and do their TikTok. They may have additional monetization pipelines in place, products to sell, a course, whatever, right? Think about it. Let's say you're a modest TikToker, right? But you actually have successfully broken through it. You're doing it full time. Let's say you're pulling down like $20,000 to $40,000 a month, and let's say that you're doing your TikTok and your Instagram, and life is good. It's like, why mess with it? The formula's fine. Well, if someone came to you and was like, hey, if you push this button, we can immediately start branching your brand out to YouTube within the next day. And we can set up a pipeline for you that is just like, it's just repetitively done over and over and over. And you don't have to lift a finger. In fact, the only thing you have to do is agree to put your faith in this service, and we will do all the work for you. And you know, you can literally upload the videos yourself to YouTube, or you can even hire me, in this case you, to manage your YouTube, whatever you want. We'll figure out the details, but the whole idea is for a very reasonable price, we're going to do all this time-consuming work for you, and we're going to make it so that you have these incredible, beautifully produced, long-form 4K video replays of you sitting there pouring your heart into these streams. And there's incredible benefits to this too. It's not just what the video had. Like, there's a whole layout involved. You've got the live chat embedded there. Like, this is stuff that isn't done by the crappy built-in TikTok replay mechanism, which you have to wait for 6 to 8 hours just to get the replay in the first place. But with this whole method I've set up here, it's very simple. It's very reliable, but it just looks like a million times more beautiful in terms of the experience for the user. So it's a replay capturing service that completely captures the entire live chat, all the activity. It captures all the advanced animations that happen in the gifting process, of who's gifting this, the various animations that happen with the larger gifts. It's got an embedded window, which is like saying the channel name, showing the active viewers at the time, showing the active number of likes as they scale up over time. Beautifully animated background, and it's just this wonderful, simple presentation of the replay. All right, but you need somebody to show up on time and do this, and to do it properly with the right tools and the right production workflow to go from point A to point B. So these creators, they don't have time to think about this. The whole goal is to get them hooked on our brand new cutting edge next generation service, turnkey solution to make these awesome long form replays, perfect, beautiful 4K, high quality, high bitrate video replays that can be delivered to them and very simply and easily uploaded to YouTube. And look, if they're doing a stream every day, that could be like a 2 hour to 6 hour new piece of content every single day that can go out on YouTube every single day. And I'm not going to get into the logistics of why long-form content on YouTube is so freaking OP. It's crazy, especially with an actually good piece of content that people love, and there's a built-in fan base, and they want to watch this stuff. There's just so many benefits there, but we're not going to go into that. I just want to teach you the basics of the idea of this concept here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to join my Discord, and you're going to reach out to me. And we're literally going into prospecting mode for this idea, right? And we're going to work together. We're going to identify these people. You're going to go, like, you literally, all you have to do is just go on TikTok and start hunting for these opportunities. Find the right people. Okay, the main criteria is like, okay, do they have a YouTube already? You're going to have to go into their bio. Be like, okay, what's going on with their socials? Maybe you're going to Google their name, their brand name, see what's going on. You got to do a little bit of light investigation, but I'm telling you, it's not that freaking complicated. Okay, it's very simple, light investigation. They obviously stream on TikTok, which is the number one main criteria of what we're talking about. They may have another platform, so just identify what that is. Check their bio, look at their links, see if they have a link tree or maybe they have a website, whatever. Just look into it. Take you like 2 minutes in most cases. And then the other main criteria is like, okay, well, do they already have a YouTube? And if they do, that's not necessarily a disqualifier. Then you're going to check the YouTube. You're going to be like, okay, well, are they reposting all of their replays every single time they do one? Or is this just an incredibly huge wasted opportunity for them? And if you see that there's that gap there, this is our candidate. This is our candidate for what our service does for these creators. Okay, complete turnkey solution from start to finish. They don't have to lift a finger. Literally all they have to do is just agree to this arrangement. Obviously, there's going to be a price for this, and it could be a completely worthwhile of your effort and energy price. I'm not talking about making no $100 for a video type deal. I'm talking more like, the pricing thing's a little bit difficult because it's like, hey, it kind of depends. Where it's like, let's say they're a creator who only streams once a week. And they stream once a week for 6 hours at a time. That's their routine. They've been doing that for years. That's their routine. So that would require a certain kind of assessment before pitching them a price. But there is no way in hell that I think it's even appropriate for you to offer them this service for less than $2,000 to $4,000 a month. And again, it's really going to depend on how often they stream. But you don't even have to worry about this part of it yet. And I'll tell you why. Because all we're doing right now is prospecting, okay? We're going to identify these ideal people. And you're going to get in my Discord. You're going to join my dollar YouTube membership or my fourth wall by clicking the coffee mug in the corner or whatever. Just join it, all right? I don't care what you, just pick a level and join it. I don't care. It's not important. The point is you're going to reach out to me, get in there, and you're going to like, we're going to start doing this together, okay? You can DM me in the Discord. We're going to start working on this right away. You're going to be chatting with me. I'm going to be chatting with you back. You're going to say, oh, I found someone. This looks good, right? You're going to be like, here's the link. What do you think? And then I'm going to take a look and we're going to assess it together and be like, okay. You know what? This does look like a good example. Okay, no problem. And then this is the beautiful thing for you and for me. I've already got this entire system in place ready to go, ready to rock, okay? So I've got all these different layouts set up depending on, because there's all different kinds of like framing and formats, and there's a couple of different things where you might need different kind of setup for different people, okay? So, but I've got like 98% of that already worked out. So I'm going to throw together that ideal format and layout and get, background and everything. And I'm going to immediately start running a full-blown example of the end product, doing a live capture. We're probably going to miss the beginning of the stream, but that's not really that important. Okay, so we're going to do a sample production for these people together. Or really, honestly, it's just me doing it. But you did a very important thing, which is like identifying that person, okay? I'm going to produce this thing. I don't know how long the stream will be, but we're going to capture this thing, even if it's just a sample. Maybe do like 20 minutes, half hour, whatever. Doesn't matter. And you're going to, and then if I need to edit it a little bit, I'll do some light adjustment or pick an in point and an out point or whatever. And then I'm going to provide it to you. I'm going to give it to you. I'm literally just going to hand it off to you. We can put it in like a Google Drive, so it's just like in a link. Now, check it out. Now you literally have a deliverable in your hand, okay? And then now it's your job. This is the part where you have to do your job. I'm trying to get you to do this part of the equation so that I can focus on all this other stuff. This is the deal. This is what you're going to do. Now you're going to shoot your shot with this person. But I'm going to be there as your support person, and I'll walk you through it right now. You're going to get in touch with them somehow, whether it's through Instagram DMs, reach out through the chat in one of their live streams. Find some way to contact them, okay? It depends, right? But you're gonna find some way to outreach to them, okay? And you're gonna say, hey, something along, this is just a generic framework, but you're gonna be like something along the lines of like, hey, that was an awesome stream today. Me and my engineer actually did a production replay of part of your stream today, and we thought it was so cool, and we want to give it to you. In fact, you can take it and put it on your social media. You can take it. And we're just like, we're fans. We're fans insofar as that we identify that this is a great person who has major potential for what we're talking about. So yeah, we are fans, okay? And here you go. You figure that part out. You provide them with the content. Now they have a deliverable in their hand. And again, make it clear, this is yours. Just like if you want to post it, if you think it looks nice, that's cool. Let me know if you think it looks cool or if you think it turned out good. Because we designed it all around what we thought works best for your type of live stream. And that's it, man. That's our opening. That's our opening. That's, to me, like, it's sales, but it's like brain dead sales. It's like everybody's trying to figure out how to trick people into paying them a bunch of money by manipulating their minds. It's like, how about we just freaking give them the end product completely unsolicited, and it's a real thing. You don't need to have a meeting. Like, there's no meeting involved. Hey, can we schedule a time where you can sit down with our sales team? It's completely unnecessary, okay? We give them the end product. They have it. They can literally use it. They can post it. Maybe they post it on some of their different social medias, whatever. And then I imagine, unless they're an absolute psychopath, like let's say that they took it, they liked it, they posted it on one of their platforms, Instagram, Facebook, whatever they want to do with it, maybe repost it or clip it and put it on TikTok or something. Unless they're a complete psychopath, I would imagine they're at least going to write you back and say, hey, thank you so much. That's so nice of you, right? And then at this point, this is the part where you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad you like it. Hey, if you want to let me know when, like, do you have like a routine when you do your live streams, because we can do more of this if you want. Are you like do you like this? And they'll be, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna go live tomorrow at 11 a.m. if you wanted to check it out. And be like, great, no problem. And then we're gonna do another one, right? We're gonna do another one. And then this time it's gonna be a full demonstration of the actual end product, which is like showing up on time, doing the live stream, the capture from start to finish, and boom, just the same thing we did already, but a little bit more complete. And that's it. That ends the whole prospecting thing in terms of like the actual time, attention, and energy that we're going to put towards giving them deliverables. Okay. And then once again, we're going to deliver that to them. We're going to be like, okay, that's it. So essentially, it's like a free trial of a service, but it was never even explained in the first place that this is a service. Okay. And at that point, I think you've done enough to warrant taking that relationship to the next level, where it's like, this is the thing. This is why I need people who understand sales and actually like taking something that's obviously valuable and running with it. Because I'm not going to give you an exact script at this point, but the concept is there. This is the point where you convert that person into a client for you. It's not even for us at that point. It's for you, right? Because this is your client. It's not my client. I'm not sending you out into the world for you to bring me clients. I want you to go out into the world so that you can get your client. Because I don't want to manage your client. Okay? I want to be your support team so that we can do this and not screw it up and do it right. I'm telling you, this is a partnership between you and I. Okay? And I've done all the heavy lifting, and I could talk for 6 hours about why we're doing this and how much sense it makes and why we aren't picking some way more complicated idea and thing that just make life horrible and hellish in every way. This is what we're doing. This is the service. And you just got to trust me on this, man. I didn't just pull this out of thin air. This is from like 6 months of me trying to think this over and identify the absolute best possible market for you and I to partner up together and do this thing. Okay. So all you need is one client, and you guess what? You're in business. You have your agency, and check this out. Just focus on getting it to that point, and then we'll figure out the rest from there. But part of what I'm trying to do as well is to work out an arrangement where I can function in this role to a certain extent, but depending on how much of this would be included in the deal that you broker with your client, there's a limit to how like, in other words, I'm going to do everything I can to support you so that you and I can work together to fulfill your client's needs. Here's the best way to explain it. I need you to go get like a client who agrees to pay you somewhere between like $2,000 to $4,000 a month, which is totally realistic, by the way. These are not big numbers. Okay, that's like $15 based on modern inflation. And then the arrangement's kind of like a thing where like you're going to join my level 4 membership, which is like $1,000. It's like basically nothing. But it's going to have to be under the pretense that like I'm going to like fill in that gap at the beginning and fulfill the services for you, with you, like side by side, we'll work together. But then it's going to have to be a thing where I basically have to train you to step in at a certain point if the workload is beyond a certain threshold. So I'm not in the business of providing your client the service. I'm way more interested in getting you up to speed so that you can run your agency, and then it's my job to make sure that nothing goes wrong and that you get every single detail of attention that you need to set your infrastructure up, and that there's absolutely no issues. Because if you're going to promise a product to a client, it's like, hey, flash deal, it's like super cheap. I'm going to do this for you for like a whole month. It's like $4,000. It's nothing. Maybe you're doing like 4 streams a week or something. It's a very fair deal. But if you screw that up, like that could totally burn that relationship. So like it's my job to make sure you get all the training and the advice and literally every single detail about how the business is operated, which is not something that's so overwhelming or insurmountable. But this is just like a fast track way to have everything you need within a reasonable span of time. Ultimately, what I want you to do is like kind of like keep me on retainer for that additional support in case something happens or if there's an emergency. Or what if it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be here. one day and I need you to fill in for me, like, that's the service I'm offering to you. It's a very cheap, reasonable auxiliary support training service for this idea. Plus, I'm basically gifting you the business idea right now. Even if we don't work together, you could take this idea and run with it if you're savvy enough with these systems already. But a lot of people aren't, right? And I'm kind of looking for salespeople, not necessarily people who know every single detail but exactly about what I'm doing. Although I will say that I think the exact formula that I have is pretty overpowered because I'm so psycho about video production. Like, look, I'm not new to this thing, man. I've been doing this stuff for like 20 years professionally, so I'm not some lightweight just stepping into this out of nowhere. So that's pretty much it. That's the idea. You need to get in touch with me, and I only need like a handful of people. Get in there, jump into my Discord, join my dollar YouTube membership. If you do that, you're gonna get a link to the Discord. You can jump in that way, or go to my fourth wall and join any of the memberships. It's so simple. It's brilliant, and it's a simple, high leverage business solution, and it's worth doing. And you need to take my hand and believe that we have this. You need to join up with me so we can make some curse word money, bro. And that's it. I'm fucking out of here.